How you doing? I'm Big D. Thank you for stopping in. Today is February 21st, 2023. This show, I think, is very informative, and I think you'll like it. And if you do, please share it and also subscribe so you can get future updates. Some of these are going to be very informative. It's research that I've done from many different posts throughout the media. Media meaning Facebook, different Telegram posts, etc. So I think a little critiquing has to be started first. Now, these are some posts that maybe the individual is probably trying to be funny, but I don't think so in some cases. So this person states, I didn't lose any weight this past week. I blame the Girl Scout cookies. Unfortunately, I blame you. If you get into something like this, especially how expensive it is, and you aren't 110% into it, you're wasting your time. Some people think this is a miracle drug, and you're gonna lose weight in a week. And that's not the case. If you do lose weight in the very beginning on the lowest dosage, that is not weight loss. That is because this medication flushes the sugar out of your body, and without sugar in your body, water is eliminated. And again, these are just research that I have done. You can check me if you'd like to leave a comment in the comment section and let me know if I'm wrong or right. It's up to you, but I am not a doctor. I am just someone who has done the research to find out what the average individual likes to know about Wegovy and Ozempic, because they're bioidentical product. They're administered in a very similar way. They're also once a week injections, but that's what they do. And don't let it give you false hope that your first week you were down 4 pounds. Understand, that's water weight. It takes 3,500 calories burned or less intake of food into your body for you to burn 1 pound of fat. So think about that. You just got off the treadmill after about 1 hour, and it says that you've burned 250 calories. Think about how many hours you'd have to be spending on a treadmill. And if you do strength training, yes, that is a better benefit to your body as far as fat loss, because when you're doing strength training and you aggressively beat up a muscle, that muscle will be burning fat for you for maybe a day, day and a half, 2 days, while it's rebuilding your muscle, rebuilding it back. It tears down your muscle if you've done it right. I mean, if you're doing very light weights, you're probably not going to get a whole lot out of it. You'll have a little cardio, but that's about it. You'll be breathing a little heavy or something like that. But you gotta do weights that give you at least eight to 10 reps. And at the 10th rep or 8th to 10th rep, you're going to be pushing it very, very hard. That's when you know you've put in enough, have enough weight and enough exertion to benefit you for weight loss. This is, like, again, this is something that I have researched and have found to be what I consider true. Now, this post is someone saying, for people, is there anybody that gets sick drinking alcohol while on this medication? And if they if they are getting sick, what are they doing to help fix the sick? Well, how about this? Again, this goes back to my very first statement. You're on a product that you're trying to lose weight. You should be 100% focused on losing weight. Put off your drinking until you've at least shown some significant signs of weight loss. This just doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you be doing things that aren't benefiting you while doing something this amazing for yourself? And if you're not going to do it, you're not going to put in the time, the hard work, why are you wasting your time? Another statement. Has anyone not taken their shot for a week while on vacation so you could drink or eat heavily? I really must be missing something. And I don't mean to be critiquing too excessive, but I just don't understand why you would put yourself in this position, finally getting approval for something this amazing, because there's a lot of people out there having amazing results with this. Don't you want to have amazing results? Then stop doing the things you want to do, because while doing it with Wegovy is not, or Ozempic, is not going to make your results happen. Everybody thinks, not everybody, certain people believe that this is a miracle drug and they still can live their lifestyle. No, this is not it. There's a lot of results in the very beginning where people are saying, wow, I'm only on 0.25 and I'm down 15 pounds. Well, most likely it's water weight. Unless you have been on keto moving into this, or carnivore diet, or ketovore, little combination of both, etc., you're already cutting sugars. So your body is pushing and flushing water from your body. This is what I'm talking about. If you've already been on something that does the same thing and then you're still losing weight, hey, that's going to be something that you've probably put in the hard work. But again, 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound of fat. Whether it be less on the intake of food or burned. And what gets even more complicated is the types of food you eat helps your body become more efficient at burning. So you could burn quite a few more calories depending on your food. Someone I know went to school with him. He's a natural bodybuilder, no steroids, etc. He says 85% of your training and your body physique comes from the kitchen. And that is 100% truth. And no one can change my mind on that. Since August, I have performed at least 3 to 5 days a week of fasting, 24-hour fast. That's nothing crazy. And what happens in a fast is amazing. Even though it's only a 24-hour fast, and I only give myself a 2-hour window, which I can usually get all my food in a very short period of time without chowing it down. But I don't use the 2 hours. That's more or less what I'm meaning. So moving forward, I talk about how your body flushes water from your system. This could be dangerous. If you do not increase your water intake, especially in the very beginning, when you see that the weight loss is coming off, but you must know it is not fat. So if you're losing weight, you need to up your, especially in the very beginning, you're going to see the change. you're going to need to up your water intake. And you're going to need to figure this out for yourself, because the amount of water you're going to need is different from everybody else. Because if someone else works out harder than you and you don't work out at all, they're going to be depleting water faster. If they have a different body composition where they have more fat than muscle, they're going to be depleting water differently than you. And if they are someone who is always worked out in their complete in their lifetime, and there's someone who is athletic but somehow they have not been able to shed the weight, most likely they're going to have more muscle, and most likely they're going to be holding more of the water, because fat, the more fat you have in your body, the more your body likes to hold water. So if you're on keto, I definitely suggest talking with your doctor before going on keto, carnivore, etc., because they, along with Wegovy, are going to flush water from your system. So please up your water, figure out what is good enough for you. Myself, I found out the hard way. And even though I did a bunch of research before I started on Wegovy, I found that my numbers for kidney function were not too bad, but they were showing signs of a possible issue or disease. And come to find out, it was because I was not getting enough water, and I was flushing it from my body too quickly. And don't always run to those Gatorades and stuff because they have sugar in them. Just drink water, maybe with a little lemon. Doesn't taste the greatest, but you're not going to be putting something in your body and it's going to hurt you while doing this. That is really the most important thing with taking Wegovy or Ozempic, getting enough water. Just pretty much just be mindful about, if you're on this is supposed to do everything you need. Well, no, that is not the case. You are needed to still be limited on what you do. Now, these are my opinions, but if you're going to get into something, again, expensive as it is, and if your insurance is paying for it, it's still the same thing. Someone has to pay for it. So while you're trying to figure this out, do what you're supposed to do. Don't be drinking alcohol. And if you have to go on a vacation, maybe this time, don't go on vacation just because you're going to get the greatest food in your lifetime. Just, you're starting something. Let's get into it properly. Here's another one, pretty much goes along with my other comments. I'm at a concert tonight, attempting to go eat and have some drinks beforehand. Been on 0.25 for a week and a half. Could only eat about 10 tater tots and a few bites of pulled pork. If you're on a diet, because that's what you need to do, tater tots and pulled pork and alcohol, that is not someone who's being serious about weight loss. Is it? Maybe I'm wrong. But they were completely full. Let alone try to drink a full beer. I really don't understand why people are actually putting themselves out there saying this stuff. You're on a weight loss medication, and you're on a weight loss support group on Facebook, and you're putting yourself out there not looking so good, are you? I just don't get it. How about, because this product is on back order, has been on back order, and then back off, and then back out, I'm back on back order. It's off and on. How about let whoever needs the medication is going to be serious about this? How about leave it to them? Let them have the medication until you become serious enough. So this is someone who is new to the product. It's their very first day after the injection, and they state that my appetite is normal. It's your first day on the lowest dosage. What are you expecting? My stomach is growling despite filling up on protein. Will this subside? I got a tip. Anytime I fast, which is usually Monday through Friday, sometimes I take a day off during the week, but most of the time it's 5 days. Anytime that I get hungry, I drink more water. Within a few seconds, that hunger pain is gone. And if you can mentally get yourself into that position, that's what you need to find. Whether this person's eating and still hunger. It's your first day. Give your body a minute. The longer you're off sugar, pastas, things like that, anything that can turn to sugar inside your body, anything that's flour, that is going to be your downfall. But if you can get past those cravings by drinking water and giving your body time to get used to it, you will no longer crave the sugars or those bad foods, potatoes, pastas, anything with flour, bread, any of that stuff, anything with starches in them. But carnivore diet is even worse. But if you can get used to like a low carb keto type diet, drinking water only, no alcohol, no beer, no sodas, no fruit juices, you have a success plan. My opinion only, but you can, research it yourself. I've done a lot of research before I got into this. This Wegovy's been around for a couple of years now. And I wanted to make sure these results were real and that the majority of people that were actually losing weight were showing their pictures. And it was very inspiring. But they did the job. They did the work. They put the work in. Don't be the one who damages themselves, because gallbladder issues, kidney issues, there's a lot of issues that you can damage yourself. And don't take my word for it. Look them up. Gallbladder issues are prominent. Kidney issues, where they're usually catching themselves before they get any real damage. But drinking water is a huge plus to your kidneys. That's how it filters. It uses water. So you have hunger pains, drink more water. So I'm going to share a few things. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of Dr. Barry. He shared a couple of things, and they've helped a lot of different people that I know of on Wegovy. I'm getting more and more people that are interested in sending emails to me instead of comments. Those comments, they don't like to post on where everybody can see their comments. And their opinions on different things, and they're asking some questions. So if you ever have a question, you want me to look into something, you leave it in my in the comment section, or you can use the email in the email in the description below. So many people talk about constipation, and Dr. Barry, who has given some great information, he talks about removing fiber, especially fake fiber like Metamucil, from your diet. And he recommends increasing fat, such as olive oil, coconut oil, real fats from animals, avocados. Increase the amount of magnesium from foods or in forms of supplementing magnesium. This could help also restless leg syndrome if you have that. There's a really good product that he recommends, and that's made by Keto Chow, and their magnesium drops. It's a mineral drop, very inexpensive. You can get it from Keto Chow, and he recommends it highly. I'm going to probably do that the higher doses I go. If I start having more issues, that's probably what I'm going to do. But I am already upping my fat intake. I use olive oil. I use avocado oil a lot. Sometimes I use coconut oil, and definitely fat from animals. I have a higher fat content if I use hamburger. I have a higher fat content of steak. I eat a lot of salmon at least once a week. Those things are very beneficial to you, especially if you're leaning more towards the carnivore diet. So more or less, I just definitely want you to understand I'm not a doctor, and I'm giving information found from what others from on the internet have been posting, where individuals have done to relieve their issues of constipation and other things. That going forward, these are the things I do. I research it, and I don't find one person that's doing something. I actually find a bunch of people, and then I try to get a doctor to confirm it, which that's where Dr. Barry comes in. He is very informative, and it just doesn't have to just be about constipation. He has much information. You might even want to check him out on YouTube. And understand, I am definitely not giving a diagnosis. These are just things that you can look into. Do the research on yourself. Make sure you're not leading down. I'm not leading you down the wrong path. Talk it over with your doctor, and then maybe decide to go forward with any of these things I recommend. All right. Well, have a great rest of your day. God bless America. God bless the world.